All right, guys. The latest El Nino update is out.
Oh,
And I gotta be honest. Well, I mean, we'll go to, I've been a little kind of, oh, whoops. Should I start the show, you think? Should I actually start the show?
Yes.
All right,
we can talk El Nino a little bit.
We'll actually start, yeah. So this is my initial reaction. So we've been just like, oh, like when is this thing gonna happen? Oh, I've been relying. You know what the problem is though? That mattress is tight on the back. It's not good. But the good news is we have plenty to talk about here, and it looks very, very promising. Now let's go back a little bit here. A lot of people do, what they try to do here in meteorology is grab what we call analog years. Years where the conditions have been similar, so we may be able to figure out what's going to happen this time around. Well, one of the problems with this year is there is no analog year. There is no year where we're able to say, oh, it was like this in 1997. We had a very strong El Nino, 97, 98. This is what it looked like, a very warm equatorial Pacific. This is what it looks like this year. Look how much warmer it is by those real hot colors, eventually to white. And we're warm all the way up the Pacific coast. So this just shows you that this year there's a lot more warm water to work with and a lot stronger El Nino to work with than even 1997. So what does that mean for us? Well, what it's going to mean is the storm track, which usually this time of year is a little bit farther to the north, will start to slide down farther to the south here over the next couple of weeks. As that happens, we're going to start to see a better chance at getting storms in here, start to boost the moisture across the area, and we're looking at a very active late fall and winter. Now, we wrap this map up with something that just looks ridiculous, and I understand that, but I want to explain a little bit of what we're dealing with here. El Nino is when we're 0.5 degrees or above as far as temperatures go, above average. So this is where an El Nino threshold is. Look at every single model we're looking at here. All of them well into strong El Nino territory. And we highlighted the red line here. That's the average of the models we trust most. And they go up to 2.5 degrees above average. The point, the takeaway from this, it's going to be an incredibly powerful El Nino through at least January, it looks like, before it starts to weaken, but stays as an El Nino through the spring. It's going to be an unbelievable setup. As far as what's going on now, not much out there. A couple sprinkles across the southwest, 75 degrees in the metro, south-southeast winds at 13 miles an hour. Temperatures to the north, 50s and 60s, down to the south, 60s and 70s. Looking at the satellite and radar, we've got some moisture locked off to the south here, but we don't have a great way to bring it up into New Mexico until we get into the beginning of next week. So what happens in the short term? Well, three things. By the way, I didn't know you wore kind of a middle finger ring.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's very kind of, that's very kind of skate guy. Yeah, cool. No, you look good. You look good. All right, so here's what we're dealing with this cold front that comes in. First of all, tomorrow, this thing's going to slide its way in. Watch the east slopes of the central mountain chains for showers. That's the best chance out to the east side of the state. That's impact number one. Number two, as we push the cool air into the canyon and into the metro, we'll get some gusty winds. We can get a quick shower, but the bigger story, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. Finally, we're looking at a cool down with this particular cold front of 5 to 15 degrees. We'll start to warm up again over the weekend, and actually the weekend, after we get through tomorrow, looks fairly dry. We got a chance at a spot shower or two, but the bigger story ends up being into next week, because what's going to happen is we talk about all that moisture down to the south. We need a way to draw it up. Well, a storm system is going to come into the west coast at the beginning of next week. That's going to draw the moisture in across the state again, and we'll have the last hurrah, fireworks and all, of the monsoon flow pushing into New Mexico beginning of next week before we start to see low pressure systems eventually head in our direction for the end of the month, possibly leading to a wet end of the month. Let's quickly go region by region. 80s for the most part across southern Colorado. Lots of sunshine until we get that moisture in here by Monday and Tuesday. Same deal across the northwest with sunny skies early and then more showers toward Monday and Tuesday. Across the southwest, chance at some showers will hang with us tomorrow and into the weekend in a spot fashion. Southwest and southeast, well, southeast, better chance at getting some showers going thanks to the cold front. Same deal across the northeast. Better chance at getting some showers going here, courtesy of the front. Watch the east slopes of the northern mountains for tomorrow. Chance at some showers. Some spot storms will be a possibility in the east mountains too, thanks to that cold front squeezing its way on through. And here in the metro, the biggest story, gusty afternoon winds, 20 to 30 miles an hour. A spot shower not out of the question. But the bigger story will be the wind, and then the temperatures will warm back up by Sunday.
All right, interesting week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.